If asked which film opened the curtain on zombie movies, I believe many would think of Dawn of the Dead. The Dead series opened a new chapter in zombie films. Today, let's take a look at Zack Snyder's remake. The story takes place in a downtown hospital. The female lead Anna is a nurse. The hospital received a patient who has been bitten. The doctor immediately assigns him to the intensive care unit. Anna is forced to work overtime. She is busy for a long time before finally going home. The neighbor girl runs over to show off her skating skills. Anna really likes children. She stops to go home and help her husband. The next morning, the couple just woke up when they saw a figure outside their bedroom door. It turned out to be the girl from last night, but she seemed to be severely injured. The man anxiously checks the girl's injuries. Unexpectedly, the next second, Anna threw the girl aside, but the girl has completely gone mad by now. She stands up and charges at Anna. Anna quickly shuts the door. Her husband lies on the bed, critically injured. She pulls out her phone to call for help. However, her husband suddenly stands up behind her. Anna is shocked when her husband sees Anna. He charges straight at her. Fortunately, Anna has the protagonist's aura. She rolls away to dodge the attack and dives into the bathroom. Anna even grabs the car keys. Anna is terrified by the sudden turn of events. She forces herself to stay calm. Anna goes to the door to eavesdrop on the sounds outside. Unexpectedly, her husband pays homage to The Shining. Anna tries to escape through the window, but her husband grabs her by the ankle. She kicks hard and successfully escapes. Clearly, her husband and this home were no longer viable. Anna wanted to drive away. However, the neighbor saw Anna covered in blood and thought she had turned into a zombie. He pulled out his gun immediately.
Told you to get back.
The bodies and chaos around her shocked her even more. At this moment, her husband chased out of the house. He saw Anna and was about to bite her. Anna quickly got into the car and fled the scene. The entire community had descended into chaos. There are mutated zombies everywhere. They were relentlessly attacking the people on the street. Anna drove for a while. When she stopped to take a break, suddenly, a man yanked the car door open. He tried to steal her car. Anna didn't hold back. She started the vehicle with the man still hanging on. Then she kicked him off. But the car lost control, crashed through the guardrail, and veered into the woods. Fortunately, the car's airbags were of good quality. Anna only sustained minor injuries, but as she crawled out of the car, she was hit on the forehead by a shotgun. A police officer appeared. Fortunately, the officer confirmed that Anna hadn't turned into a zombie. He then took her along to join the action. The two then arrived at an underpass. The group expanded to 5 people. They decided to begin their main mission. They headed to a shopping mall for a temporary rest. However, as soon as they reached the entrance, they found zombies wandering by the roadside. They spotted humans rushing toward them immediately. Court quickly opened fire, but his aim was poor. In a critical moment, the officer shot at the door lock. They successfully entered the mall. The mall was very quiet. It seemed unaffected by the zombie crisis. To ensure the mall's safety, the group split up to search. Eric and Court checked all the entrances and exits to make sure they were secure. The officer stayed behind to protect the women. Eric walked into a store and saw a pool of blood. He quickly grabbed a weapon and looked around cautiously. Suddenly, a zombie knocked him down. A few people in the hall heard the noise. They quickly raised their guns in alert, but they didn't notice the danger nearby. The zombie charged at the pregnant woman. The officer didn't dare to shoot. He could only strike the zombie with the butt of his gun. The zombie was drawn to him and pushed him into the pool. In a critical moment, Anna picked up a gun and dealt with the zombie. Meanwhile, Eric also pierced the zombie's head with a stick. The lower level of the mall was definitely unsafe now. After regrouping, the group quickly took the elevator to the upper levels. The 3 were originally mall security guards. They were very anxious about the arrival of the group. They warned the group to leave. Anna pleaded to let them in to rest. Xiajia stated that, if they wanted to enter, they had to surrender their weapons. With no choice, they had to hand their weapons over to the security guards. Xiajia then allowed them in as promised. However, no one knew that the pregnant woman had just been bitten by a zombie, but for the sake of their child, Court did not tell anyone. At this moment, the TV reported the latest news about the zombies. Zombies had spread nationwide. Anyone bitten or scratched would turn into a zombie. Only a headshot could kill these zombies, but for safety, Burning them with fire was the most thorough method to rest peacefully. They eliminated all the zombies in the mall. They left a huge rescue signal on the rooftop. If a rescue team passed by, they could spot them. However, more and more zombies began to gather. They started converging on the mall. Suddenly, gunfire erupted from the opposite building. Xiajia took a closer look. It turned out that there was a survivor on the rooftop. Many zombies were also gathered below. He wrote on a board to tell them. His name was Buddy. He was the only living person in that building, but they had no way to go rescue him. Suddenly, Buddy pointed to the sky. A helicopter appeared nearby. However, it ignored the crowd below and flew away. By nightfall, Xiajia locked Anna and the others in a room. Then, he went to the hall to check the latest news. The TV was playing a rerun again. It said that there were many demons in hell, which is why the undead crawled to the surface to eat the living. Xiajia stared at the TV, lost in thought. The next morning, a young security guard was persuaded by Anna. He opened the door and let the others out. Then, he continued to check the monitors. Suddenly, a truck crashed through a road sign and headed for the mall. Eric and the others hurried upstairs. They urged Xiajia to open the front door to let the survivors in. Xiajia said it was impossible. In the apocalypse, first you killed a saint. But they clearly didn't understand this principle. They took Xiajia's gun and successfully gained control. They quickly went downstairs to help. They ushered everyone into the mall. One of the women was injured and died shortly after. The next second, everyone was startled. A zombie charged at Anna. Anna reacted quickly. She grabbed a metal rod and took down the zombie. One of the fathers among the survivors was also bitten and was in the process of turning. Fortunately, he warned everyone in advance. As his life came to an end, he was dealt with by the officer. Then, the group enjoyed a brief period of peace. The officer was competing with the people in the opposite building to kill zombies. If nothing unexpected happened, an accident was about to occur. It was the day Court's wife was going to give birth. He found a secluded corner to help his wife deliver. Although the baby was delivered successfully, an old lady passed by. She saw the pregnant woman turned into a zombie. She shot Court's wife dead without hesitation. Court exchanged gunfire with the old lady. In the end, they both perished. The others rushed over. When they heard the gunfire, they were shocked by the scene before them. Court held the newborn baby in his arms. Anna lifted the blanket and discovered that, in fact, it was a zombie baby. She immediately pulled out her gun and executed it. Meanwhile, the officer led Xiajia and the others to the underground parking lot. He was going to see if there were any usable vehicles here. Suddenly, a shadow flashed by. Everyone looked around cautiously. It turned out to be a small dog. They relaxed and began to play with the dog. The next second, another person was dead. The noise attracted more zombies. They hurriedly escaped behind the fence. They were surrounded by zombies. Their ammunition was running low. In a critical moment, Eric discovered a gas pump. He poured gasoline directly onto the zombies. Eric ignited it, burning the zombies to death. Back in the building, all the survivors discussed what to do next. Eric said he found 2 buses in the underground garage. If they planned to leave, they could follow him. There was a secluded island nearby. They could go there to seek refuge. Everyone decided to leave. The officers were the muscle of the group. Without them, the remaining survivors wouldn't last long. They planned to modify the buses into armored vehicles. The officer went to the rooftop to inform Buddy. He wanted to take Buddy with them, but Buddy said he might not last until that day, because the food had run out days ago. After discussing, they decided to send him supplies and a walkie-talkie, but this was obviously impossible. At this moment, the officer remembered the dog in the garage. Zombies only eat the living and are not interested in small dogs. The scene shifted. The dog was placed among the horde of zombies. The zombies completely ignored the small animal. Buddy whistled. Just like that, it easily made its way through the zombies to the base of the opposite building. Buddy opened the door for it, but unexpectedly, a zombie grabbed the door. From the other side, other zombies took the opportunity to enter the building. Then, several gunshots rang out. Eric quickly called Buddy on the walkie-talkie. Buddy told him that he had been bitten. Suddenly, the sound of a vehicle starting came from downstairs. The group rushed to the edge of the building to check. It was the curly-haired girl, trying to save the dog. She drove a truck toward the entrance. After she got inside, she rescued the dog, but she didn't find Buddy. The officer saw that Buddy had made it to the rooftop. With his blood-soaked hands, he was scribbling something on a whiteboard. It seemed he had begun to mutate. He then headed downstairs. Meanwhile, the curly-haired girl was hiding in a closet. With no other options, the group had to go and rescue her. They came to the opposite building. Through the sewer, they opened a manhole cover and climbed out, but one person made a sound at the end. The zombies were awakened and charged at the group. They could only respond hurriedly. Fortunately, the truck was blocking the entrance. They managed to enter the building through the cab. Unexpectedly, this was a weapons store. They could take some equipment. At this moment, intense fighting sounds came from within the building. They went in to check. It turned out to be Buddy, who had fully transformed into a zombie. The officer shot and dispatched him. Inside a cabinet were the curly-haired girl and the dog. But at this moment, how to get back to the mall became a new problem. Siagia said he had a plan. He threw a gas canister at the zombies. Then he shot it, causing it to explode. This successfully created a clear area. The group hurriedly crawled into the sewer. The last person was attacked by zombies. While covering the others, the zombies entered the sewer. Siagia pulled his injured teammate to escape, but the teammate handed his handgun to Siagia, asking him to end his life. The remaining people escaped back to the mall. The zombies chased closely behind them. With no choice, the group had to start the evacuation plan early. They immediately ran toward the elevator. The elevator doors closed. Just as the zombies attacked, they arrived at the garage and boarded the bus. The battle bus was indeed powerful. The bus crashed through the doors, but there were still too many zombies outside. They surrounded the bus. If they continued to be surrounded, the bus would be overturned. At this moment, Siagia pulled out another gas canister and threw it at the horde of zombies. With a violent explosion, a path was cleared through the zombie crowd. The battle bus took the opportunity to rush out. The officer noticed a zombie hanging onto the back of the bus. The old man took out a chainsaw to deal with it, but the next second, the bus made a sharp turn. The chainsaw accidentally cut a woman in half. Siagia saw that another battle bus had not caught up. He immediately turned around to assist. By the time Siagia arrived, he found that only the officer was still alive. They quickly picked up the officer and continued to retreat. Suddenly, a teammate who had turned into a zombie lunged at them. Anna shot and killed him, but the horde of zombies was already closing in. The remaining few hurriedly got into the vehicle and fled. They reached the dock at the last moment. The battle bus got stuck on the broken bridge. The group got out and ran toward the boat. Meanwhile, the zombies had breached their defenses. Siagia urged them to go ahead. Soon, the zombies flooded into the bus. Siagia used his last bullet to ignite the explosives. The explosion bought valuable time for the others. One bitten teammate chose to stay behind. After they left, he used his gun to end his own life. The remaining few made it to the island, only to find that there were also hordes of zombies here. The film ends here. The movie is a remake of the same titled work. Compared to its predecessor, Dawn of the Dead has significant technical improvements. The director employed more advanced special effects technology. The portrayal of zombies is more realistic, and their movements are much smoother. From this point on, zombies are no longer seen as supernatural forces, but as mass mutations caused by a viral infection. In the film, the zombie siege is a spectacular scene. Zombies gather in the mall, resembling people, mindlessly consuming in real life. The concept of first kill the saint in the apocalypse is somewhat cruel, but in uncertain situations, the more uncertainties there are, the lower the chances of survival. Respecting others' fates and letting go of the urge to help others is essential for surviving in apocalyptic conditions. Overall, the film deserves a medium to high rating. However, there's no need to watch the original. Watching a commentary is sufficient. If you enjoy my commentary, please subscribe to my channel. Your support is the greatest encouragement for me.